Public Defender Natalie Pate with and on behalf of Ms. Sherry Walker, who is approaching.
Hi.
Please state your name for the record, ma'am.
Sherry Walker. All right. Thanks.
Here's clear on email probation. Your Honor, Ms. Walker is before the court for a violation of probation hearing. Ms. Walker is in violation of the terms ordered by the court in that she owes a balance of $1,218.78. She failed to do the substance abuse assessment and or treatment. She failed to complete a mental health assessment and or and treatment. She failed to complete 25 hours of community service, failed to report to probation as directed, and has 4 new pending criminal cases, one being a possession of drug paraphernalia, a retail fraud, second degree, another possession of drug paraphernalia, a retail fraud, first degree, second offense, and a retail fraud, second degree, second offense. All of those incidences happened after being placed on probation. Given Ms. Walker's non-compliance with the probation and her failure to follow through, probation is recommending that Ms. Walker serve 365 days in jail with credit for 13 days served today to serve the balance that she completed in jail non-harm program with consideration of early release upon completion, waive remaining terms, accept her financial obligations, and discharge her from probation.
Thank you, Your Honor. I did have the opportunity to meet with Ms. Walker and discuss these violations of probation with her, as well as the jail recommendation. We do acknowledge and admit to the alleged violations, and I would ask to argue against the jail recommendation, however, when appropriate.
All right. You mentioned the violation.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Go ahead.
So, Your Honor, I was able to have a very long, meaningful conversation with Ms. Walker. And first off, she does want to apologize to the court that she did not complete the terms as ordered on probation. And she does acknowledge that she currently has some pending cases, and I do not want to comment on those as they are still pending, outside to point out that it is my understanding they are all non-assaultive allegations. My client does reside in Ypsilanti by herself. She receives Section 8 housing. Ms. Walker states to me that prior to her receiving Section 8 housing a year and a half ago, she was a resident of the Delana Center. Since receiving this housing, her life has changed in a lot of positive ways, including that she has potential work at a laundromat actually down the street here. She is a caregiver for her mother, who resides in Ypsi. Her mother is 83 years old and is unable to really get around. My client is also engaged at the Hope Clinic on Harriet Street and has even spoken to people there about the possibility of potentially volunteering. My client is very concerned that a year in jail, of course, would leave her likely losing her Section 8 as well as then her current apartment that she's been in for a year and a half. She even stated to me she thinks the TV and the lights are still on at home, and she's concerned about paying rent, which Your Honors wears on the due as usually due on the first. In her case, it certainly is that she has to pay her portion of the Section 8. My client states to me that she came into custody when her name was ran and she was picked up. And she states to me that she does not believe any new charges are coming from that police contact. Ultimately, I'm asking the court to consider discharging Ms. Walker from probation without improvement. Closing out this case and not imposing the jail time so that she can maintain her housing.
Ma'am, is there anything you want to tell me before I impose sentence?
Yes, sir. How you doing? Remember I lived in Montgomery, resided in Montgomery, and we did the Zoom, and you gave me some community work to do, and I was in the Salvation Army, but the husband and wife got in trouble by using drugs, so they closed it down. But I did do some community work there, some hours there, and also I also was going to my court through Zoom. I was doing all that. So like when I opened up my blinds every morning, it was a dope house there and the church that I was doing community work there, service there for you. I was just struggling, because I love to open up my blinds every morning. And so, I was doing so well until one day a friend of mine brought up drugs, and I forgot I even did drugs. I was doing so well. And so I got back up here. I went to the Delana Center. While I'm on drugs, I was determined and got on Section 8. And now I live by myself on the Forge. and I'm the only one with the key. And I do believe I left my lights and TV on, and I don't know no neighbors out there because I was only out there a year and a half. I haven't been out there. And then they're like coming through, because we was on the news about the mold and all that kind of stuff. And so Section 8 have people coming through certain house apartments to check the the mold and the whatever that's what's wrong with our apartments. Since it's been what you call it, new management, real property. But I haven't been on. If you can release me to I haven't been on Tether over 40 years. As I was, in juvenile, I haven't experienced being on Tether as an adult. So if you can please release me, if possible, so I can take care. I don't lose my place in my Section 8. And you can put 2 of them on my arm, my wrist, and my ankle. And I would do anything that you want me to do. If you just give me a chance on Tether, I'll pay the fines. I'll drop clean. Because I have a job down the street, the laundromat. I can give you documents of that when I go to work. And also the owner of the laundromat saw my work ethics. And he gave my friend an application to give to me to fill out for as a fill-in. So I have that going for myself, and the whole clinic, I have that going for me. And I just can't do everything. I just can't be locked up and lose everything, be back at, on the streets. And the only thing I love, I will show you. I'll drop clean. If you give me one more chance, release me in the Tether, I can show you. And then if I mess up then, I swear I'll just do whatever you want me to do. But please, can I go home?
How did you come back into custody?
I was on my friend's house, lived across the street from me. She was about to do my hair. And next thing I knew, they just busted the door down. And they ran my name. And that was that. And that's how I ended up here.
Because I originally sentenced you back in January of 2023. You didn't do anything on my sentence. We had you set to come back April 10th of this year under violation of probation. You didn't show up. And now we have you back.
Can I respond to that? My mail was going to my mother's address. I didn't have a place then, and she didn't tell me that I had court and then like that. And don't lie on my mom, but I didn't have a place then. I just recently got my place, and I didn't know because my mail was going to 2302.
You knew you were on probation.
Yes, sir.
You didn't call probation.
No, sir.
You knew that you hadn't done anything.
Well, I had started down in Montgomery.
You knew you hadn't done anything on probation. Right?
Yes, sir. But
you'll hold the keys to whether or not you get out of jail. But I'm going to order the 365 days in jail, credit 13, defendant needs to serve balance. I will consider release upon her completion of the jail non-farm program. I'll waive all other remaining terms, including accepted financial obligations, and discharge her from probation without improvement.
thank you. What that mean? I do a year.
People versus Jacob Treadway. He needs to go.